All right, here we go. 50K buy-in, day one. We're coming in hard. We're coming in hot. It's poker day. We're doing poker hands. That's what this vlog's about. Poker, poker, poker. I feel on top of the world right now.
We ready. Who ready? We ready. Who ready? Who? We ready. Who? Who ready? Who? We ready. Who ready? We ready. Been ready. I waited. My turn. On God. Hell steady. I keep dropping back to back. I keep going if you let me.
Day off. Recharge. Elevate the intensity. We got a 50K. This is gonna have a lot of money up top. We're coming in hard. We're coming in hot. We're coming in sexy. We're going like shoe. We're going cashmere pants, and we're going. I can't remember where I got this from, but I like it. It's comfy. Zips up here. I can hide my throat like the Germans and wear a fucking thing. And we got the GG hat, of course. That's the gear for today. We're gonna be all serious today. Today's the day. We are going to win the 50K. We're just gonna win. Like, all my shit's working. All my tricks and stuff have been working really well. Now, been execute them and then perform and deliver. That's what we're doing. 50K. Mark it down. We're winning it. All right, here we go. 50K buy-in, day one. Or does the voice over here say,
Daniel, you still have 2 hours to reg the Big O. There was 300 players. It's a huge prize pool. You could play that, run it up, and then late reg the 50K if you bust.
That's the evil voice. The angel over here. Something inside me is saying, don't do it. Something about quality over quantity, just the idea. Like I said, never in the last time, I never would even, this wouldn't even be a consideration. I would just have jumped into the Big O, period. Even if I didn't play it, I'd jump in now. But we're not doing that. We're going hard in the 50K. I'm inspired. My buddy Phil Ivey, after a 10-year hiatus, now he doesn't play that many tournaments, but what he does, he does. And he won his 11th bracelet last night. Did triple draw, of course. He started with 3, 4, 6, and he made a wheel. That's not easy to do. So yeah, he did great, but he's obviously a great player. They were all good. All four, like Benny Glauser, Jason Mercier, Danny Wong, all really, really good at triple draw. So, and then of course we look at Jeremy Becker. Ding, 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 ding. A little bit of a score last night. He came in 7th place. Gives himself a little bit of a lead now against Landon, and he can really sort of build upon that because he's also on day 2 of the win today. So it'd be nice for him to go back to back and finish it off. I had a good conversation with the kid last night about, some hands and different things like that. He's a sponge, soaks it all up. He's again, he's a guy who, and this, what I love about it is, he's a guy that essentially proves that, obviously using solvers and doing all that stuff is very, very helpful. It can be. It's not the only way. There are other ways to become good at this game, and I think this kid has a bright future. So we're betting on him. But as for us, right? We got the inspiration, we got the focus, we got the drive. We are going to elevate the intensity today. I am going to look to execute as perfectly as possible. I'm going to use time banks. That's another thing. I always feel good about myself when I use time banks. Because often I'm so paranoid, I never use them. I'm like, well, use them. They're there for, I never run out, so what the hell? Just use them when you need them. So yeah, we're going to use time banks today when necessary. I'm going to be there, like I said, right on time. The thing is like I said, there's play right away. I mean, it's a 150K big blind stack. I mean, you can stack somebody really easily. And we want to be there to pick up any sort of, maybe recreational players or whatever. We want those chips. We want to, by the end of late reg, we don't want to jump in with 150K and have 10 big blinds and go, I'm all in, That's not what we want. We want to have 1 million in chips. So we can not even worry about those little itty bitty pots. We just play our game. And that's what we're going to do today, all the way to the finish line.
Hello.
Hi. We're going to do another one. This one's going to be a good... Last time I shot a video, she didn't want me to post it. But here's the deal. Last time, her kid said she didn't talk, right? And now you're still not talking. Say something. Say something to your kids. Who are your kids?
My daughter is Celine.
Celine?
Yes.
Is she a good poker player?
She is, yes.
She's a good poker player? Like better than you?
No, not.
You know what? There's a $50,000 buy-in tournament today. Maybe you should have her come down and play.
I'm gonna call her right
Good
now.
idea?
Yes.
And how you doing, my dear?
I'm well, thanks.
Okay,
You
this
know
one I can post, right?
Yes, you know.
Okay.
I got you right.
Yes, okay, we're good to
The
go.
boss has spoken.
Okie dokie, end of 2 levels. We're on 234, 5 from 300.
15-minute break, 15-minute break.
Really
and a high
dialed in.
roller.
Just paying attention. Like, unbelievable table. Man, my table is full of people with a lot of money, but not professional poker players. And I'm whispering because they're around me. No, it's fine. You know, it is what it is. But a really, really good spot. I'm going to tell you about a few hands. Well, one of the first ones early on, I opened. This was before the table. I had like Massa and Nick Petrangelo at my table. They're not in there anymore. They moved. But this hand, I opened to 5K under the gun with 10s. Massa makes it, I make it 5K. Massa makes it 15. I'm calling that. And then Nick Petrangelo makes it 36. I fold, Massa folds. Nothing big. I can't call, you can't do nothing with 10s there. You're just trapped. Kind of in jail, especially that deep. You know, 300K. But I do have a hand breakdown, so let's get to that one. All right, let's get to the hand breakdown. As I said, my table is very amateur heavy, except for Jason Kuhn. Now, we're playing 290 deep. The blinds are 1 in 2,000. Kuhn from under the gun makes it 5. Bill Klein calls the 5. Another rec from the button calls as well. So now there's, you know, a decent amount of money out there. We're playing 300 deep. I have ace king. I like to go pretty big here. I make it 30K, which is 15 big blinds. With, you know, 3 players in, you know, anyway, I make it 30K. The big blind who just sat down, I can tell he's not a pro, he's a guy with money, but he sits right down, he instantly makes it 80K, right? So folds back to us. Now our decision is not fold. We don't know this guy, don't know anything about him yet, but do we just put it in now with ace king? Hey, you got ace king, go all in pre-flop, but we like to, you know what? We're still pretty darn deep. And this range is supposed to be very strong, so I just call. The flop is 8-5-3 rainbow. I check, he instantly jams. Okay, boom, all in. So now I have an easy fold with the ace king. And as I played with him about another 90 minutes, I'm like, oh my God, so thankful I did not do that with ace king because he's been limping, he hasn't raised, he's been playing passively mostly. So that was like Queens plus. So we did good there. Now we're gonna have a little snack and we're gonna get back to work. Feel great, feel really great. I'm so thankful I took that day off. I promise you, this is the year things are gonna go the way they're supposed to for me because I feel on top of the world right now, ready to do what I said, which is win this tournament. Okay, second break. I got 226.5. We were down, as you can see, we were down 100 and change. Got a couple hands that we'll go over when we get to the steam room. Like I said, today's all business. We're dialed in. We're doing our thing. We got moved, of course, to a different table, much more Euro-style table. And we got, you know, Espen Jorstad, very nice guy, very likable guy, absolutely atrocious to play with. He does not make any decisions in less than 20 seconds, even the easy ones. So, kind of a little bit excruciating, but he's allowed. Listen, that's the rules. Like I said, I like the guy, but he's slow as molasses. Puts you to sleep. It makes it actually a little more, it's probably a good ploy for them. It makes it a little more difficult to, you know, be in the game because there's so many hands that take 5-6 minutes, especially if he's in a hand with another guy from Bulgaria or wherever. All right, let's go talk about a couple hands. All right, we got 2 hands, one the good and the, to give you the good and the bad, the good one. Okay, let's go with the good one. All right, the blinds are 2 and 4,000. I'm sitting on a 119K stack, right? So now the opener raises to 8K at 2-4 from middle early. I flat right next to him for the 8K, and the big blind calls. Flop's pretty good. 8-4-4. Check. The original raiser bet 7,500. Now this is a really good spot to flat. You have to flat here. You don't ever raise because, especially with a euro in the big blind. A euro in the big blind on this board is going to rep a 4 a decent amount, much more so than an American, right? It's a good board because, and also what it looks like is my hand can't stand that kind of heat, right? Because generally, if I call a raise pre-flop, it's not going to have a 4 in it. So what really nutted hands could I have here? Like 8-8. That's it. You know, aces, kings, those are all in jeopardy against potential 4. So it's an absolute slam dunk flat here. to protect against when I do have like 10s and 7s and 9s and things like that, of course, as well. Well, the big blind folds. Now the turn's a queen of spades, 2 spades on the board. He checks. It's about 45 in there, I think. I go ahead and bet 15. Just third pot. Keep it small. Hoping that actually maybe he makes a move. You know, maybe he just tries to move me off of like what looks like 9s or 7s. But he calls. And the river's a 7. So now I have 80,500 back. He checks. Think about it for a minute because I'm thinking about sizing. Like, what can I get from this guy? And then I ultimately just decide to go all in. He snap calls me. I'm like, I'm dead. He snap called me, right? What hand can snap call me? Queen, queen. Nope, he had 7-7. Phew. So we won that one to get us back into it. This next hand, we're sitting on 230,000. The blinds are 2 and 4. Early position under the gun +1. He min raises to 8,000. Folds around to me in the big blind. I have ace king, which is an uncomfortable hand in this spot to 3-bet. Because unless you're 3-betting really big, but then if you are, you're sort of playing your hand face up. It's awkward, and it's also not so bad sometimes to have, you know, to have disguisable hands. So in this case, we elect to disguise the strength of our hand by just calling. The flop comes good for us. King, queen, deuce, rainbow. I check call 7K. Turn is a 9 of hearts, putting 2 hearts on board. I check, he goes 27K. Starting to get a little bit worried now. I lose to 10 jack, I lose to 9-9, queen, queen, king, queen, ace, ace. You know, I'm not in like slam dunk territory anymore, especially when he bets that size. Not folding, of course, especially with our hand being as disguised as it is. River's the jack. So now I really don't beat nothing. I check. He grabs a stack of greens. I don't know. I guess he puts me all in. I just insta muck because I'm not going to play that one. So we're back in it. What did I say we had? 226.5. Let me put that in. 226.5 is what I got. So double there. 5K. And off we go. One more break after this, then we're done for the night. I'm zoned in. I feel great.
What's bothering you today, Alan?
What's bothering you today, Alan?
Well, I finished 10th in that, what do you call it, triple draw tournament using your techniques multiple times. Uh-oh. I have to thank you for that. But
Anytime.
I did not make a 5-card hand on day 3, which you cannot. I came in like, I think it was like 8th place and finished 10th.
How much money did you get?
Like 30 grand. But
What are you going to do with the money?
Play more events, but I've already played 5 10Ks and I've only gotten back 30 grand, so that's not good. But yesterday, this guy couldn't control himself. He had a high wrap in Big O. I had the wheel wrap and a set.
And he couldn't help himself playing
He could
the
not
wrap,
help
flush
himself.
draw, top 2, back door, everything.
No, he didn't have top 2.
What an idiot.
He had 1 pair and a wrap.
Who's the idiot?
I don't know his name, but he non-stop, all he had to say was, when I play 200, 400 PLO and all that, like, I don't care if you play 200, 400 PLO. You put all your money in again with a draw. He needed like a gut shot or a club. And if he hits the ace, I make a wheel anyway. So he did, like people were saying, oh, you got your money in horribly. I have a set and a wheel draw.
Of course you do. You're Alan Kessler.
It's
What do they
4,
think?
5, 10 jack.
Right? What do you think Alan Kessler has when he gets it in?
The guy has ace, king, queen, and clubs. I'm like, people are saying you're a dog. I'm a huge favorite, believe me. I have a set and a wheel rack.
Are you a favorite in this Raz tournament?
Not against this guy. He's the #1 Raz player. in
Are
the
you
world.
really?
Yep.
Damn. All right. Well, I got to go to work. See y'all.
I did make a 6th, and I lost to this guy, and he says he's your biggest fan, by the way.
Cheers.
So
Appreciate
happy
it.
because of you.
Well, look at this hand. It's 10 versus Jack.
Yeah,
in
he
red.
said,
Yeah, and
he
you're
said
good,
he
huh?
was so thrilled to be playing with me, and he knows you. He knows me from your video.
All right. I got to go back to
Tell him
work.
what you said. Wait, tell him what you said.
I got to go back.
I said, I know your name. It's Alan. What's bothering you today?
There you go. Okay. All right, we got 365, end of level 6. We got one more break to go. I got a couple doozies to tell you about. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna show exactly what you got what you're working with. I'll go down like this, and then I'll zoom in, and then I'll zoom in. All right, 365. We're gonna take a pit stop in the bathroom. Tell you about 2 hands. All right, this time we're gonna reverse it. First the bad, then the good. All right, so the blinds are. Well, I didn't put my stack size here, but what did I have? Well, I had enough. Okay, sorry. I tried to do stack size. I forgot this time. Blinds 3 and 6. I raise under the gun with the ace of club, king of hearts. Min raise to 12. Brian Rast calls from middle position. Everyone else out. Flop is king of diamonds, queen of diamonds, 7 of spades. I bet 11K. Rast calls. Turns the 6 of spades. I go big. I go 2/3 pot. I go 41K. He calls. River, the 10 of spades. Not the card we're thinking we like here. I check. He thinks. He goes over a time extension, so he's at about 45, 50 seconds before he acts. And in my mind, as I'm watching him, I'm watching him think about a thin value bet. It's what it feels like to me, and I'm going to go with my gut in these spots too, and my reads. And now he bets 120,000. So you got to ask yourself, what do we beat? Okay, well, we don't beat ace jack of diamonds. We don't beat ace jack of spades, which are both possible hands. We don't beat king queen, king 10, 7-7, queen queen, even slow played aces. So what are the bluffs? The bluffs are very specific. Well, ace high diamonds, which ones are those? The ace jack of diamonds, that beats us. So we have to hope he has the ace 10 of diamonds, ace 9, maybe some small diamonds. Some of those ace little suited cards might 3-bet us a little bit. So I think about it for a while, and I just think overall, this looks like a thin value bet to me, and I'm going to lay it down. So I fold the ace king. And as I said, I didn't have a diamond or a spade in my hand. All right, next up. Now we're on 189K. I'm on the button, 3-6. I opened at 12K with the king jack, min raised. Seth Davies from the small blind makes it 40, almost 7x, 7 big blinds. I elect in position to take a flop, and the flop's good for us. It's king 9-5 rainbow. He bets 23,000 as he's going to do here a lot, and I just flat. I just call. Turns a 10, he checks. I just check it back. Let's take a free one. River's the queen, so I make the straight, but now he puts me all in for 126,000. I'm like, don't tell me this is ace jack, bro. I call, and you know what it was? King. He flopped top set, I flopped top pair. That's the old 1%er. I won, like, after the flop, I'm like 1% to win that pot. So very happy to have 365. Onwards, 2 more levels. Very happy with how I'm playing. Really dialed in. That's why you don't see much, what'd you call it? What are the frills or pomp and circumstance? It's poker day. We're doing poker hands. That's what this vlog's about. Poker. 2 more hours of poker. Back to it. Okay, so that is going to be it. We bagged 458,000 bags on 112. And for you guys, it's the end of the night, but I'm going to give you a bonus one because I got a bonus hand. I'll tell you in the break room. All right, y'all, you get a couple bonus ones on the way out. I got a little time here. I wanted to tell you about just these last hands. Very poker heavy vlog, as you can see. Some of you love that. Some of you are like, oh, where's the puppies? Where's the shenanigans? Whatever. Some days, every vlog's going to look different. That's kind of what I enjoy about them, frankly, is that, it's not the same methodical thing, We go with what we're doing. All right, let's talk about this hand here then. Blinds are, I don't remember my stack exactly, but it was like, I think I was close to 600K. My opponent was shorter, something in the 3 and change range, I'm not sure. 5 and 10,000 blinds, I'm on the button. I pick up 2 black kings. Good spot, I go ahead and make it 20. Small blind folds. Big blind player, recreational player, plays in the Chamath game, cash games, high stakes, whatever. He defends the big blind, okay? Flops 9-6-3 of diamonds. He checks, and I bet 30,000. Now, in Solverland, in Fantasy World, that's not a thing. You can't bet 30 on that board. It's a monotone board. Generally, the bet sizing is going to be much smaller than that. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 25% pot. I go 30 into 40, 50, 30 into 55, over half pot. Why am I doing that? What the hell? Why would you do that if you know that that's not the right play? Because I'm looking to exploit my opponent here, who I don't think is going to adequately assess the imbalance of my range when I bet 30 here. I don't think he's going to realize how, nutted, how much more nutted I'm going to be. Anyway, he calls. Turn is a 9. Now he checks. Now here's the thing. If I have the king of diamonds, I'm going to check this back, take the free one. But I really think there's just so many, just a diamond in his hand draws and, non-9, 2 9s out there. It's far less likely he has a 9. And he's just really not check raising me here all that often. He checks, I bet 65,000. So, of course, he check jams like 250 or so. So I fold that one. Not too long later, right near the end there, I raise in the cutoff with ace king, with the king of spades to 20K. Same guy calls in the small blind, and the big blind calls. So now we've got 70 out there. Okay? Almost the same situation comes ace, queen, 4, ace of spade, queen of heart, 4 spade. Check to me, I go half pot, 35K. Not really a thing either. I can go big on that board, actually, because the ace-king favors me significantly. But generally speaking, people aren't doing half pot here. I'm doing it exploitatively to get a worse ace to just, maybe pay off 3 streets and, really get trapped. I have the king of spades too, which is a nice card to have. He calls from the small blind. Now the turn card is the 7 of spades, so I have the nut flush draw. And just like I said, he checks. Just like I said in the other spot, well, if I had the kings or the king of diamonds, I would check back. This is a spot where I check back because, frankly, I don't want to get check raised here. Because when I get check raised here, I cannot fold with that much equity with the king of spades. But he could have ace 7. He could have ace queen still. He could have ace 4 still. He could have pocket 4s. A lot of those hands he might just check raise me, put me in a really bad spot because I can't fold. So, and of course, the key here is I don't need to deny any equity to flush draws because I got the boss flush draw. So I knuckle it back. River is an 8, random 8. He checks. Now it's decision time. What do I go for value? Obviously, if he just has like jack 10, king 10, he's not calling anyway. So I'm really just targeting like a queen or hopefully an ace. I go pretty hefty. He checks, I bet 100K. He thinks about it for 30 seconds and lays it down. So 458, that's a night. We're staying here. Day 2 tomorrow at noon. I can avoid the rush in the morning of coming all the way down here and stuff like that. And this is an important tournament. My intensity was elevated, just like I needed it to be, and I performed like really, really perfectly. I mean, I can't know what to tell you other than that. I just played great. I think I played great. Obviously, you don't see what they had, but I could have got bluffed in a few of those spots. But of course, that's part of poker. Listen, if you never get bluffed in poker, you're not trying hard enough. You're not playing well enough. So you can't just call every time. So I thought we really thought it through, played incredibly well. And we're going to look to continue to do that tomorrow. As I said, I'm calling my shot. 50K, bracelet. I'm going to put it right here. Peace, y'all.